All right, guys. We got some work to do. And I am admittedly a snob at this point. I am not excited to review these tequilas. I am admittedly slightly annoyed because this is no longer my taste, my flavor. I started off thinking reposados and viejos would be where I wanted to go, and it is distinctly not where I want to go. But let's proceed here with Espolon. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. Pour a little bit of that. Get some flavor notes off of this. It smells like ghee to me. The Yeah, ghee, like clarified butter, a little bit of toasted kind of brown notes. A little bit of rubbing alcohol on the nose. Deeper woody notes, kind of caramel. I don't know as much about Espolon and how it is made, crafted. Let's go to their website and see real quick if they give any information. Spicy caramel fudge. Yeah, I can see that totally. Let's see. Sweet tropical fruit, vanilla, warming spices with a smooth, spicy finish. Yeah, and I think if you wanted to mix these, it's fine. I'm going for stuff that I think is a little bit more straight on. Let's see here if they give any additional information about their tequilas. Is that all the information pulled up on that page? Yeah, 100% Blue Weber, it says. Yeah, I do pick up a little bit more of the notes that they mention. That almost like butterscotch caramel note I've learned to associate with reposados is not something I want as much of. I think if I'm going for those sorts of notes, I have a tendency to go towards either some sort of wine for that oaky flavor, like port wine, or I go to something like whiskey. It's just personal preference. I just think blancos are where it's at for me at the moment. Maybe that'll change. Rich, buttery, slightly sweet, huge note of vanilla. I mean, it makes me think of like bourbon vanilla beans, like it was so rich. It's so interesting because I think I expected to like this a little bit less than I do. I expected to have this and be like a little more critical of it, but this is, if you're looking for a reposado that's sweet with like vanilla notes and some caramel, this is actually pretty good. I didn't check on Tequila Matchmaker to see if this is actually additive free or not. I'll have to check on that and see. Does it give any info? I don't see the symbols not on here, but the bottlers are not required to put that information on their bottles, so that's something you can check. I noticed that a bottle of Cascanes that I purchased is flamboyantly putting that label up front to let people know there's no additives. Oh, huge butterscotch, vanilla notes, caramel. I I would not be surprised if I go and check this out to find out that there are additives in it. Don't quote me on that. We'll find out later. But the notes on this in particular, I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy this again, but I don't think this is going to be something I'm going to keep in my bar. This is something I might buy on occasion if I knew somebody was looking for those specific notes, that kind of caramel, deep, rich vanilla flavor. But I'm just not as much a fan of this. Now we get to the review that is going to be a little bit frustrating for me, and the reason why is because I really like The Rock. I think The Rock is an upstanding gentleman. I think he is a wonderful actor, good father, and I find it a little bit resentful to see him be such a good dad on Instagram. For somebody who really likes The Rock, I do not remember being extremely fond of this bottle, and we will go ahead and try it and see. Again, it is a Reposado. We'll see how this stands up, and there may be some differences because I'm comparing it to the bottle that I just had. A little more herbaceous, a little more grassy. Not as I'm not getting sweet notes on the nose. Yeah, more herbaceous. It makes me think of not roasted agave, but like the green portion of the agave plant, the leaves, I guess I'd say. A little bit closer to, say, a mezcal, like on the nose. It's not as smoky as the mezcal that I've had, but I'm not getting that like butterscotch caramel stuff just screaming at me or vanilla. And I hesitate because if The Rock ever invites me to Hawaii and tells me he wants me to review Teremana tequila, I feel a familial, dare I say, Mr. Rock, sir, you are a scholar and a gentleman. I respect you very much, but I have to give a very honest review of this tequila. That's about all I can say. Because I care for you very fondly. I'm very big fan of what you create. And it's interesting to get those vegetal notes. I expected, I think in retrospect, that this was going to be more like that. It almost like the flavor profile would be more like the Espolon. But let's see what the actual taste is like. Spicy, rich, smooth. Interesting. So here's the deal. If I had to guess, and I don't know this, I didn't do the research on this. I'm going to guess that the Teremana, if I had to choose the tequila, if you gave this to me and said which one has additives, which doesn't, I would assume that the Teremana doesn't and that the Espolon does. I can do some research on this on Tequila Matchmaker and see, but it's the caramel notes and the vanilla stuff that I'm getting on the Espolon that it kind of shakes me a bit. Let me go to the Teremana website and see, does it give any additional information? Well, at least it's gluten-free. I never knew that tequila had gluten, but let's see. Any additional info? Mr. Dwayne Johnson, sir. Brick oven, copper pots. American whiskey barrels. It's got a deeper vegetal note to it. This was also, I think at the time, it was $34.99, looks like. I don't remember what the Espolon was. It didn't have the price tag on it. But I found other tequilas that are almost half the price of this that I prefer. And again, it's because Mr. Rock, sir, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, I know that you can crush me with your pinky. I'm not in shape. I can't compete with you on many, many levels. I care for you deeply. I do not want to give this a negative review. It's okay. I'm not blown away by it. I think if I had a choice, both of these, I would maybe want to try the Blanco to compare them and see if I liked one or the other a bit more because of that. The Reposado notes, the woodiness don't appeal to me quite as much over time as I sample more. And again, that's just personal preference. I really wonder, what I would like if I had a chance to try the Blanco of both. But the Teremana definitely has more vegetal notes. It's not quite as sweet. The Espolon is a little more caramel, honeysuckle kind of notes to it. Butterscotch. If I had to choose, this is me, Mr. Rock, sir. If I was on a desert island and I was given a choice between these two tequilas, I would choose yours, sir. That is correct, sir. And that is mainly because I like the vegetal notes. I feel like this is a little more agave. I suspect this might have some additives to try to cover up some of the less than desirable flavors. Um, I prefer this, and that is my honest review of Teremana Reposado and Espolon or Reposado tequilas. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can check out tequilamatchmaker.com. In fact, I'll try to put that link down below so you can follow that. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to like, share, follow. Just ask down below if there's a certain tequila that you want me to review. I may want to buy a bottle and try it out. So you guys let me know. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Till I meet you in Hawaii, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, sir. You guys have a good one.